Hey everybody, Black Shadow here. It's almost 2 a.m. but I still have a new video for you. I mean, I don't know when I will upload it, but for now I'm still recording games that have zombies in it. But aside from Left 4 Dead, I have something called Zafehouse Diaries, and maybe I will talk more about the game. But for now, let's just roll with it. Sadly, I just saw that previously, like the game had some kind of bug, and it seems like my save for deadline scenario. When you start with 5 survivors, they cannot be replaced. There are aggressor dilemmas that we might talk about later. And we have time limit, and we need to save at least one survivor to like finish this campaign. So you might probably guess that, and yeah, of course there will be tutorial because the all configuration files and everything was deleted so that the game may reboot successfully. You may see that the graphics are just, yeah, they are, but there is no 3D. You have only this diary and photos that will present you the evolving story. So as you can see, there are like two main platforms of playing. I don't know if I used the correct word. Basically, what was happening in the game, the results of your actions will pop out in the diary, and you can plan your actions on the map. There are like several commands that every survivor might take. Every survivor has its skills, and also besides skills, there are also connections between them, and if they are bad, on one setting, survivors might even hurt each other. Besides, I'm really sad because like my previous save, I was very close to extract, and I had team like only women. So I thought that this campaign was like Sucker Punch, where badass women like carved through the zombies, where there was like really hardcore things happening, like several hours of constant besieged by zombies. But anyways, now we are starting with this crew. First of all, we need to think about making the relations between them better. So I guess we might as well. First of all, basically I'm always trying to make an charity, like rumor about potential charity. Okay, so this guy was librarian, this guy is athlete, and this guy is a chef. Okay, so one more time, because that might not work for us. Okay, we have librarians here. Librarians chefs, yeah. Sadly, we can only take firefighters, so maybe the relation between these three guys might be better. And for now, of course, first of all, we are taking the character to search for anything useful, another character for making the traps, and of course, as always, we are putting somebody to make slowly and quietly make a barricades, and someone to for watch the zombies. I don't know if I'm gonna like record whole campaign because there will be a lot of like sometimes there might be not too much happening, so I might just cut the recording, and when something interesting will happen, I will like resume it. Yeah, so for now I will just like after you decide what do you want to do, what your characters will do. You just simply click this nice and yes, there is a tutorial about victory items, because in this scenario we need to get to the rescue vehicle and we gather clues about where the rescue will take place, when and where. And as you can see, we already uh, get the engine road, and even though we didn't uh, went to many places, we can still check. Like for example, this is engine road, this is engine road, this is engine road. So it looks this also is engine road. So it looks like we already have very good clue, because we can see what streets are there, and we make sure that the evacuation most probably will happen in the northern part of the city, which is great because we are like here, and what's more, what's better, we have a police station near us. Of course, the problem is that the bank is at the south part of the city, and that's useful tip. The banks are possibly the best place to defend, like the easy fortificate. So yeah, that's anything. That's they're a good place to defend. Anyways, we found the clue. Besides that, of course, there is a rumor that changed, maybe improved relationships a bit. Yeah, a bit. And of course, I think that finding clues will also help the relations, because people will know that there is a chance for survival, so they will feel better. Okay, we don't everything, so we move forward. There are already traps being set, because you even though this is the normal house, you really want to prepare it for a potential zombie invasion, because there might be some certain events that will be really ugly if you are not prepared. Okay, because these guys are idle. Mr. Jesus will focus on modifying items, and the other guy, Mr. Victor, will start investigating surroundings. And because it's a simple recon, it's close one, he won't get any equipment. And we move forward. And besides that, yeah, the beginning of the every campaign, I think it's less slower paced. So I think I'm gonna stop recording, and I will return when something interesting will start going on. But because as you can see, in the next hours we will try to scout the surrounding area, decide, barricade our home, and decide what to do next. We know that the rescue will probably take place in the northern part of the city. That's a huge thing for the few hours of the first day. So yeah, I will maybe return. Okay guys, I'm back for a moment. We searched through the whole house. We sadly do not have much supplies. And even though there are zombies around, we checked that these locations have not much zombies, but sadly police station for now is out of our reach, 20 or so zombies inside. That's almost suicidal. Yeah, so now we are taking no chances. We are trying to survive by attacking and breaching smaller locations, just like this. And of course we are going whole crew, and we are assuming that this secured house, which now has everything is secured, it's fully trapped, will survive without us. And even though we might have wait additional hour, but yeah, sadly we're gonna risk it. And we hear in the background there's zombies going around. well, here, but technically speaking, the diary tells us that there are no zombies uh, outside the house. But on the second hand, there are like, you know, one sentence tells you that there are zombies, other sentence it tells you there are not zombies. And yeah, these guys are still bleaching, so prepare for some fight. And we managed to successfully breach. So for now, we are trying to as quickly as possible uh, find everything that might be useful to us. And after that we're gonna turn, and you might already know that the process will be repeated, same in case of this store, and this house. Hopefully we might find some additional weapons, so we might be able to take out the zombies in police station in the future. But for now, we are still trying to gather resources. If something interesting will happen, I will surely start recording. For now, I'm just gonna end this part, because you know who wants to watch when nothing is okay. We made another discovery when we returned from this store to our house, and we immediately moved to this store. We managed to find another note that says that the chopper will be sent to the factory. And the thing is, engine road, there is a factory. So now we have our place of potential rescue, and thankfully we are very close. And besides that, yeah, we are searching through the rooms, cleaning corpses. There is not a lot of supplies. I think I might not have changed the settings in the difficulty, because previously, well, for you maybe it's easy, but I was playing like on the mm, like high amount of ammunition and all the things, but for now it seems like it's default probably. So it's not a lot, but for now we live, and I hope we will manage to beat the game on this, because technically speaking, this scenario is fought as a hard mode or something like that. Thankfully, well, we managed to find the shotgun. Aside from the, yeah, of course we have bookmarks that we can make, so I will just quickly jump to the first page when we got our first clue, and you basically do it like that. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of recon, a lot of building barricades and creating traps and so on. Like the beginning of the game, it's not like destroying, but if there are like dynamic events or something like that, they might be really interesting. So once again, if something else interesting will happen, I will return to the recording. And guess what? After clearing these 3 locations and taking down some nice amount of zombies, like for 3 hours there are some attacking zombies. Of course we won't bother with barricading the places that we are just passing by, searching for supplies. And thankfully we managed to survive without much injuries. We have some supplies, and now, even though it's like 8 p.m, it's harder to see the zombies at night. I'm feeling lucky, and our great team, that because of these successes and finding clues, you can see that they have like great relations. Well, apart from these two, but they can live. And yes, we are continuing towards the next objective, and it might be something interesting. Well, thankfully, this location was silent, and I think we managed to immediately went in. So yeah, for now it's no problem, and there's a mob gathering. Guess what, guys? We are assaulting another location. Like, searching this one was really easy and quick, so now we are moving to another. Hopefully the last time we checked it, the Victor scouted this location, it was rather clear, so hopefully it will still stay the same. So for now, as I said, our plan is to gather as much resources as possible before we can set up at the factory. It would be nice to find a clue as of when exactly the evacuation chopper will come, but we'll get to that. So for now we are getting another bridge and we're gonna see if something interesting will gonna happen. And yeah, we don't give a fuck that there's like midnight, there's dark, and my survivors might not see the zombies. We'll just rush in. And for now, yeah, there is still not much happening. Yeah, there is a small mob, but probably they will deal with it.